That green jumping spider is absolutely gorgeous and big.
In the minuscule world of jumping spiders, big is a relative term. The body is compact and the legs short. The perfect build for a spider that leaps onto its prey.
When it comes to jumping, these guys are in a class of their own. They can launch themselves an amazing 20 times their own body length. Astounding.
And if that long jump happens to miss the mark, she has a safety line.
Every so often, she'll touch her spinnerets to whatever surface she's walking across and attach a safety line, just like a rock climber. That way, if she jumps and misses or falls short, she can haul herself right back out.
More often than not, the jump is a winner. This time, the prey is a fly. Also renowned for its speed and its wide field of vision. The green jumping spider measures the distance. The key to the kill is securing the victim as quickly as possible.
The two front pair of legs are quite well developed, and they have these large spine-like hairs on them. It's like nature gave them a cute little face, but then gave them these mean legs to give a little bit of street cred.
When you encounter spider beauty like this, you can guarantee the outcome won't be pretty.
Both of them have same capabilities, except the long-jawed spider has much, much longer fangs than the other spider. On the other hand, the green jumping spider has size and power to its advantage. So in this case, it really is who has the element of surprise.
When two species of jumping spider target each other, it's anyone's guess as to which one will lose and which one will live to leap again.
It's a close match. The long jaw might have bigger fangs, but, you know, size isn't everything.
Then again, sheer body bulk might win the day.
Both the spiders have fairly similar intellectual and visual capabilities, but one has a huge size advantage.
And for what it's worth, the bigger green gorgeous assassin is a female, while the long jaw is a male. It's a battle of the species and the sexes, as the two jumping spiders get too close for comfort. The first one who sinks the fangs in wins.
Jumping spider venom is really quite potent, very, very fast-acting.
The larger green jumping spider makes the first move. It's a Mexican standoff. Who will blink first? The long jaw plays safe, but the green beauty isn't giving up.
The key in this entire battle is whoever catches the other spider first is going to win.
She stalks her opponent. And scores a direct hit. Her fangs might be small, but they drip with deadly venom.
These guys have a really fast-acting venom. The long jaw's legs have already started to curl up. A sure sign it's about to pass its use-by date.
As the long jaw discovered to his dismay, the supermodel is more than just a pretty face. Looks can kill. Tonight, one of them will regret not staying home. Strung across the rainforest canopy is a silken cloud of death. For anything that enters, there's no guaranteed escape.
The spiders will attack any prey that's small enough for it to handle.
This destructive katydid has few rivals on terra firma. But when she takes to the air in these parts, she's vulnerable.
The tent spiders have lousy vision, but they are incredibly sensitive to vibrations. And so they're very, very responsive to airborne vibrations and vibrations in their silk.
The katydid's unplanned landing is met by a barrage of legs and spider silk. They wrestle frantically.
As long as the katydid is stuck in the web, it is at great risk of becoming prey to the tent spider. It needs to cut its way out, and fast.
If those jaws do break free, the fight could turn in an instant.
This katydid has really big, nasty jaws that could totally do in this spider. It's important to the spider to keep that katydid as far away as it possibly can from its body while still entangling it further or wrapping it up further in silk.
The katydid tries to kick through the silk with its sturdy hind legs. It snips at the web.
It's really a race against time. It can easily cut itself out of the web. That's not the problem. The problem is, can it do it before it's attacked by the spider and pumped full of venom?
The spider must move fast.
What it needs to do is it needs to get in there, bite the katydid, and pump as much venom as it can in there, but still make sure that that katydid can't bite it.
The tent spider makes its move. Now it's up to the venom to do its deadly work. Even as it begins shutting him down, the katydid continues to fight. But it's too late. Today, venom wins. And the silken cloud of death claims another victim. With its distinctive crowning glory, the horned katydid resembles the fabled unicorn.
The horned katydids have this weird projection coming out just behind their eyes. They may look cute, but these are predatory katydids.
The horned katydid is a ruthless assassin, able to hide in plain sight.
Often they'll look like just this perfect green leaf. Even the veins in their wings look like the veins in a leaf. Potential prey may be walking along and they don't notice that this leaf, in fact, is a predator, and that's to their peril.
The horn is there to intimidate. But the real danger are these mandibles, sharp enough to skewer heavily armored opponents. Then spiked legs, vicious enough to rip through a predatory bat's wings. It's a foe that's as lethal as it is mean.
They're serious predators that attack animals and eat them alive. These spiny forelegs are used kind of like a cage The spines keep the prey close to the katydid, and then it's able to bite it and tear it into pieces.
This killer doesn't wait for its prey to die. It's just meat and eat. But what happens when the katydid locks horns with the owl butterfly caterpillar? It's the dead of night in the jungle. A horned katydid is looking for fresh meat. On a nearby reef, an owl butterfly caterpillar is also out to feed. The katydid's antennae lock on. It will attack with bolt cutter mouthparts and thorny limbs. The owl butterfly caterpillar will retaliate with its spiked horns and bristling tail. Who will inflict the mortal blow? The two opponents go head-to-head. The owl butterfly caterpillar tries to psych out its opponent with a bizarre defensive dance. The katydid is momentarily stunned. It wasn't expecting a show.
The whole point of wiggling about like a snake is to send out a fake but believable signal that I'm toxic, I will bite you, leave me alone.
The katydid cuts the caterpillar's performance short with a surgical strike. Bravely, the caterpillar tries to twist free. It lashes with its forked tail, desperately trying to get in a bite. Soft tissue splits like the skin of a sausage, spilling the remains of the caterpillar's last meal. This big bad bug never eats its greens.
Often what they'll do is they'll pull the guts out to avoid the nasty chemicals that are in the plant that the caterpillar ate, and they're able to eat the relatively succulent caterpillar itself.
Even disemboweled, the caterpillar tries to bite its attacker. In the end, the owl butterfly caterpillar achieves a sort of metamorphosis. A gruesome transformation from potential butterfly to unrecognizable meat. One of them will be down for the count. The slender-necked mantis has all the moves and the killer instinct of a cage fighter.
This animal wouldn't be out of place in a round of ultimate fight. It can pull combination moves that wouldn't be legal anywhere outside the bug world.
In the blink of an eye, long raptorial arms, lined with needle-like knuckle dusters, land killer punches.
The muscles that control the mantis's raptorial strike are very strong and incredibly fast. In fact, they can do 2 strikes in the time it would take a housefly just to prepare its wings for takeoff.
This slender weight is built like a natural-born fighter. Its elongated neck allows the head to rotate 180 degrees. Its huge compound eyes are constantly peeled for prey.
It all comes down to movement for them. This is what attracts them, and they can see movement from a long way off.
Waiting for prey, the slender-neck stays out of trouble by shadowboxing, shuffling, ducking, and weaving.
Mantis also employ two weird behavioral forms of camouflage. The first is to sway back and forth like a leaf in the wind, but the second is to disguise its footsteps with jerky, irregular motions while sneaking up on a prey item.
Its ultra-trim physique belies an insatiable appetite. Put simply, this mantis is an eating machine.
Don't mistake skinny for puny. This mantis can take on hard-hitting opponents and win, and it has a huge appetite. How it maintains that trim little figure, it's beyond me.
An approaching cockroach doesn't see the sucker punch coming.
Her capacity to hang on would put any rock climber to shame. She's gripping that leaf with just 8 tiny little claws, yet even when the cockroach struggles, she has no problems maintaining her foothold.
With its victim under control, the mantis really puts the hurt on.
Once the mantis has grabbed its prey, it typically pins the most troublesome parts inside of its raptorial arms, while it then goes in with the mandibles to try to do as much damage as possible. Typically, it'll go straight for the head, and once that's gone, kind of removes the will to fight back.
Then something extraordinary happens. With its head in the mantis' mouth, the cockroach gives birth to a squirming swarm of instant orphans. As one life ebbs away, 20 more crawl into the world.
Well, if you've ever bought into the notion that everything natural is warm and fuzzy, this should put an end to it. In the wild, survival is a struggle from day one.
That struggle is about to get nasty. The Bronze Huntsman spider is another hard-hitting hunter, always looking for a fight.
Huntsmen are ambush predators. They basically are willing to hunt on the ground or in the trees and wait until prey passes by. And then they lunge at it fast, scoop it up in their arms, and then tear it apart with their strong fangs.
Like all huntsman spiders, this prize spider hugs the surface. Its legs hinge not vertically, but laterally.
Most spiders stand upright, but what the huntsmen have done is what would be dorsal has rotated so the legs are laterally oriented. And this lateral orientation means that they're able to scuttle sideways very rapidly.
The bronzed huntsman has 8 eyes, arranged in 2 rows of 4. But this street fighter hunts less by eyesight and more from the faintest telltale movements of air.
Huntsman legs are covered with sensors that are very, very attuned to vibrations.
A moth's slightest movement is like a bell ringing for round 1. Unfortunately for the moth, the bronzed huntsman also has a prize fighter's chin.
Huntsmen have big, strong chelicera, and they're really able to grab prey, pierce strong exoskeletons, and then tear it to pieces.
At the same time, digestive juices, like acid, liquefy the moth's insides. When she's through, all that's left some fuzz around the fangs. It will pay to keep her weapons well-oiled. This champion has a challenger. When the Slender-necked Mantis and the Bronze Huntsman enter the ring, the loser faces sudden death. In the bug world, every night is fight night. Each bout carries the ultimate prize purse, survival. The Bronze Huntsman and the Slender-necked Mantis are both unbeaten champions. The Huntsman has huge fangs and potent venom. The Mantis bristles with deadly spikes and rips opponents to pieces with razor-sharp mandibles. Who will survive this fight? Both bugs are locked eye to eye in a monster stare down. The Mantis makes the first move, advancing boldly up the leaf.
That is real commitment. But whether it's brave or foolish,
With its guard up, the Mantis is rocked by a lightning 1-2 combination. The Bronze Huntsman looks to up the ante. The Mantis neatly sidesteps. The sparring continues. Then the Mantis gambles on a full frontal assault. As tactics go, it's not what you call inspired. The Mantis finds its slender body bent over backwards, gripped in a killer clinch. With no referee to call break, the Huntsman's fangs plunge like daggers into the Mantis' thorax.
Often, spiders will directly try to orient toward the head of its potential prey because this takes it out lots faster than if it nips the back end or nips a leg.
The Mantis refuses to throw in the towel, biting and grabbing its opponent's pedipalp with a sharp-toothed arm.
That has gotta hurt. These pedipalps are really sensitive, and the spider is gonna be in real trouble if it manages to rip these pedipalps off. So it's injecting venom as fast as it possibly can.
this final struggle might be a great display of courage in the face of certain death, but I'm afraid it's too little, too late.
This former champion won't be getting off the canvas.
No doubt, the Bronze Huntsman deserved a gold medal, or in this case, green.
The huntsman settles down to enjoy her trophy. But this isn't over. An ant swarm wants its share. There's no stopping them. The champion abandons her victory feast. After all, there are plenty more meals on her fight card tonight. Meet the Cellar Spider. Its thin, pole-like limbs make it look somewhat fragile, even weak. But nothing's further from the truth.
The cellar spiders are actually pretty good at killing other spiders. They don't necessarily specialize on killing other spiders, but they're really good at it when they get the chance.
Cellar spiders prefer to operate under cover of darkness, and they're not picky about where.
You can find cellar spiders everywhere. Corners of houses, protected areas, near trees. They build these kind of rough webs relatively high.
From their hidden vantage points, they pick off passing prey. Small or large, it makes no difference. And those spindly legs, with their multiple sections, have the clearance of a monster truck, and are as nimble as high-speed knitting needles.
Their legs are long and lean and effective for keeping everything at arm's length.
They can immobilize rivals from a safe distance by wrapping them in silk before moving in for the kill. Their fangs are tiny, but pack mean venom. But before they can use their fangs, they have to catch their prey. In the shadows, this cellar spider installs more sticky silk. It won't rely on an intricate web, just the basics. Enough to ambush the unwary. Elsewhere on the rocky outcrop, another spider prepares for action. Compared to the cellar spider, she's a bruiser. The white-tailed spider.
The white-tailed spider is a wandering assassin. This deadly stalker lurks in the shadows.
The white-tail is a master spider killer. She's 3 times the weight of the cellar spider. In Spiderland, she's a super heavyweight fighter. Even a night-stalking commando like the wolf spider can be overpowered in an instant.
The white-tailed spider's main weapon is surprise. It rushes out of the shadows to deliver a fatal bite.
The whitetail pumps digestive juices through her victims, then sucks them dry. Few spiders walk away from the whitetail. Would a delicate cellar spider take on a super heavyweight? You'd be surprised.
I don't think the whitetail has a chance.
These are the shadowlands of the bug world, hidden places where dirty deeds are done under cover of darkness. This white-tailed spider is looking for an easy kill. She's checking out a rock ledge. That happens to be a cellar spider's home. And the delicate homeowner will defend its territory to the death. No matter how huge the invader. The cellar spider starts a war dance.
One of the things that cellar spiders do to avoid being attacked by predators is they swirl on their legs. Another thing that they might do is pump up and down, and they disappear because they're moving so fast they become invisible.
The whitetail isn't so easily fooled. She holds her ground. Conflict is inevitable.
For the white-tailed spider, it's all about getting the first bite in.
But the cellar spider moves first. It flicks the whitetail onto its web. The whitetail tries to regain its footing. But the cellar spider goes into silk-spinning overdrive. From a safe distance, its legs lasso the whitetail 6 times every second. But the whitetail is strong. She keeps breaking free. Cellar spider's silk isn't the strongest, nor stickiest in the spider world, but there's a lot of it. and every throw counts. Hundreds of silk ropes entangle the whitetail. In a desperate last effort, she tries to slash her way to freedom with her huge fangs.
The whitetail spider will use its fangs to cut through the silk. If it can get out, it'll run for its life.
But the cellar spider counters, hoisting her victim higher. It's spinning too much silk, and the whitetail's jaws may not be enough. Thousands of silk ropes finally immobilize the whitetail. Enough for the cellar spider to move in for the kill. It delivers its deadly payload and leaves the venom to do its work. A delicate spinner outguns a big brute. And the Shadowlands are quiet once more. But they won't be for long. Many bugs are forced to adapt their lifestyle to suit their environment. But some are just plain ornery. They modify their environment to suit their own needs. The result is a monster minefield. What happens when a trap-jaw ant falls in with a ravenous antlion? The earth will open up. For some creatures, a sandy environment is a problem to be avoided. But for one strange bug, it's the perfect place to set a trap.
They're relatively small animals with huge sickle-shaped jaws, and they're really, really good predators.
The antlion loves the sand. Better still, it loves moving sand. It's king of terraforming. Just a quarter-inch long, it can transform landscapes overnight. The antlion is often called a doodle bug. It's actually the larval form of a flying insect called a lacewing. But before it heads for the skies, it's stuck on the ground with a lot of earth moving to do. Burrowing in backwards, the antlion creates a pit by flicking up sand from a central hole.
What they're doing is they're gradually digging a cone-shaped pit. Not without reason have they been referred to as devils in the dust. They walk in circles backwards. As they walk in this circle, they're throwing dirt out of the pit that they're digging with their heads. So they're walking backwards, the dirt gets onto their back, and then they flip it out over the back of their head.
The walls grow taller until they become a one-way slide of death. Approaching prey might be lucky enough to spot the deadly hole ahead. What they won't see is the antlion, hidden underneath a thin layer of sand below.
The antlion burrows itself at the very bottom of this pit with only its jaws out.
The antlion is a masterpiece of devious engineering. Victims simply stumble in and never leave. Not far from the antlion's sand trap, another predator is on the hunt. A street fighter with a spring-loaded weapon. A trapjaw ant.
Trapjaws have lean bodies with muscular shapes, huge heads, huge eyes, and these massive mandibles that snap shut like a bear trap.
Its spring-loaded jaws lock open at 180 degrees, like a crossbow. Then, on contact, they slam shut.
These jaws are the speeding bullet of the natural world. They are literally the fastest moving body part of any animal. They snap shut at 145 miles an hour.
And there's more. A venom-packed steam on its abdomen.
Trapjaws will use their sting or their mandibles first, depending on which type of prey they're trying to capture.
A trapjaw isn't intimidated by size either. When it's out on the prowl, it'll take on anything. Even a spider bigger than itself.
When the trapjaw's mandibles snap shut, they give off a sound so loud it can actually stun the ant's prey.
And those jaws aren't just for slicing prey into bite-sized pieces. They lock on when a victim has to be dragged back to the colony. They're like a spring-loaded vice. Super strong and super fast.
Trapjaw's greatest hope for escape is to snap its jaws shut while pushing them against the ground, which would propel it up into the air.
But does having the world's fastest jaws guarantee survival? And is a sand trap a certain killer?
I think the antlion takes down the ant.
This bizarre pattern of pits in the sand is the work of the humble antlion. But there's nothing haphazard here. Each hole is perfectly designed to bury passing prey alive. Today, some trapjaw ants are on the hunt. They can slam shut their jaws faster than any other creature on Earth. But they still need to watch where they walk. There are death traps everywhere. Antlion pits, part sinkhole, and part quicksand. They bury bugs alive.
As the ant walks in to the edge of the pit, it's just so steep that they can't maintain their balance at the edge.
When the ant tries to escape, the antlion showers sand from below.
The antlion flips soil up and helps cause a small avalanche that helps carry the ant into the center of the pit.
The ant runs for its life. It's a lucky escape. But the antlion won't have to wait long for another victim. It launches its attack. The trapjaw can't even see its foe. Under the sand, the antlion has locked on, pulling its victim down. Those huge trapjaws are useless. And from below, the antlion has already begun sucking its victims' insides out. The trapjaw disappears without trace. Sometimes, in a bug's world, the best weapon you can use is the environment itself. And if your weapon can double as a grave, so much the better.